That's well. Yeah, I mean, all right, and then just so that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. Let me pop out the chat. For what? And yeah, I'll come see for a second. Pop out chat. All right, we got this. We got this down pat. Boom, boom, boom. What's up, Docile Lauren? Let me see. This entire half of the app is like physically separate from this half. So if you overlap so it's like literally the way they have a program. It's like two apps split, and that thing at the bottom goes back and forth. All right. What's up, Jesse Candy? Hey, Hotto. Hey, baby. DM me afterwards, because fuck. Oh, I'm streaming on, whoops. Recording on Twitch. Anyway, whoopsie. Well, you know, life happens. Not a big deal. I'm gonna be all up in your... You look at me flustered.
Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States.
This really is a progressive administration.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
We are back. We are back.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America.
Looking strong.
From that
Sure.
moment
What's
on,
up,
it has
Jay?
been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Yep. Booyah. What's up, Chase? What's up, Sea Shadow?
Thank you. I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
If you guys want to be able to see what I'm seeing, which you can hear it, but if you want to see it, and not just me, twitch.tv/DuncanBlownuts for the most sophisticated and intelligent political commentary available.
The American...
That is Duncan Blownuts, and then you'll know what's up with politics.
The dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
What's up, Sophia? What's up, C?
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country. And one count.
The more chanting that we can do from one side of the aisle towards the other, the better. USA, USA. What's up, Banana? What's up, Demalier? Is it still going? No, it restarted.
I had to collect myself
after a hard day of playing War Thunder and selecting inferior machines, and then thinking that I'm just gonna be just like Banana. I'm gonna be able to withstand it. And instead, I find myself in a homicidal rampage with only one word on my mind: Banana. We can play it. All right. Honestly, I do have to still download it, but if I did try to do what you explained earlier, I would have a mental breakdown. I'm too competitive to be able to have fun doing anything. What's up, Summer June Berry? How goes it? What's up, Smile Now?
Counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican.
I mean, I voted for Trump. I didn't vote for Republicans. I voted for Trump. I don't give a fuck about the Republican Party. I hate the Republican Party. And I still voted for Trump. You gotta operate under some umbrella at some point. But don't ever be a team player or try to like promote that thing or have that thing become more you than what you're doing. Fuck that. It's like George Carlin said. Ass kissers and flag wavers and team players. Fuck those losers. What a safe position, you piece of shit. Even if you're wrong, at least being wrong by yourself takes balls. Hey, Smile, thank you for the favorite. I love getting people favoriting me when I'm saying such nice, sweet nothings. Virtue signaling to the masses. What's up, Mango?
Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Yeah, it was pretty going in the wrong direction before, but it is good. I agree.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to up.
I voted for this too, but I voted for more than this. I voted for a bull to be sent into the china shop of government fuckery and to come out with impaled skulls, pelvises, and rib cages and stuff. Just like I want it to come out with metaphorical casualties. It's a good start. The Argentinian Javier Malay chainsaw thing with Musk was cringy, but I think it's in the right direction. Brad, I also voted for this. God bless you, Brad. Brad, do I follow you? I already followed Jess. Damn. No, I don't. All right. I'm giving Brad a follow. Thoroughly earned. But it is interesting to consider.
Uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
Maintain decorum in the... So did the Speaker of the House just tell the President to chill out? Or am I missing something?
Ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
Oh, okay. So if you guys can see what I'm saying, this woman over here, I don't know who these two women are, but they're pointing and shouting a lot. And this guy finally is like, "Hey, leader of the free world is talking. You should probably shut your fucking mouths," which I agree with. Probably Democrats. It looks like they were yelling at Democrats, and I think the Democrats were probably in the wrong. But it seems like there's more Republicans yelling, which is almost double bad because they should know better even more so. The Democrats think the ends justify the means. They're smuggling bombs and shit in there. They don't give a fuck. But the Republicans should know better. Brad's funny.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
J.D. Vance is not weirdly hot. He's fat-faced, and now I'm angry.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
What's up, Red Cherry? Oh, so I guess now that the other Republicans did sit down, this guy with the cane over here is not sitting down on the left. conservative Speaker of the House is going to have him removed. Oh. What's up, Red? Every day I get closer and closer to permanently canceling this broadcast. I'm just kidding, man. That's my funny thing that I say in terms of when people are trying to mix it up that haven't usually done that before, to take maximal offense and threaten things like permanently canceling the broadcast. Because I'm a troll. Because I'm a natural troll. But I do appreciate Red hanging out and saying hi. And I was just joshing. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. Tyler, exactly. And that's why I trolled Red, so that she could let go. Rupert, what did you want to do? Thank you for the love, Bear. What's up, Kay? Was that his name? Was his name Rupert? No, it wasn't. Was it? Was it Rupert?
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Fine. That members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum. The chair now directs the sergeant at arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
You done? You got kicked out. Back in the day, they'd be like, off with your head. And somebody would tug him off and be like, now you calm down. Are they really gonna sing the Nana Nana goodbye song? I really hope that doesn't happen. That would be not. What's up, Nina? All right, good, thank God.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain the quorum in the House.
I feel like somebody started.
Mr. President, continue.
Thank you.
Really, nothing has happened so far. Trump's kind of introduced that they're going to talk about stuff. That guy protested because certain people don't think that other people should be allowed to speak, like platforming, whatever. And now it seems like it's started. What's up, Dottie? Oh, it's over for me.
Thank you.
Wow.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record, to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it. In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many.
What's up, S?
And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but...
Who does number 2 work for? When I'm in the bathroom, it's for me.
But we'll take it. With it.
Finally, a president for the people and not for everybody else. Yeah, no shit. Thank God. America getting ripped off by everybody. And then, like, the international press, and even some of the American press being like, he was rude to Zelensky. Rude to Zelensky? That motherfucker owes us $150 billion. What he deserves is for the CIA to take him into a back room and be like, we can either make you disappear right the fuck now, or you can figure out how you're going to get us our money back. You think that the mob is dangerous to owe money to? You owe America $150 billion, you stupid piece of shit. You shut your mouth and pay us what we're owed. And basically at this point, no matter what you want to try to negotiate, cards are not in your favor. I cannot believe that Zelensky fucked up that bad. What an idiot. Yeah, we sent the $350 billion. And only half of it got there. They're like, it's a grant. It was a loan. We don't have to pay it back. Infuriating. Jessica, do I work out? Come on. I do a certain kind of push-ups popularized by Tenacious D. What's up, Awkward Turtle? 350 billion. What's up, Awkward? And he sent a letter of an apology. Yeah, I saw that. I saw his letter of apology after he came back and met with America. And I can only assume they let him know that you don't owe the biggest military superpower in history $150 billion to come and spit in people's faces. And yeah, it is 350, like more than that, but at least more than $100 billion. Do you know how much money Saddam Hussein cost America in terms of trading oil for euros before we went and took that situation down? Nowhere near any of the amount of money that went to the Ukraine. So for Zelensky to think that he's gonna talk tough to a country that he owes that much money to is just like, I don't know what type of fairy fantasy land you think the world is, but you need to wake up, dude, because America is the largest, most rabid gorilla in the jungle, and if all this shit starts to break down in terms of statecraft, your ass is grass. Immediately. I mean, it's self-evident. I'm insanely fit and hot. Thank you, Jess. Well, look at your profile picture. Either catfishing or 1 in a million. Holy shit. Sorry. What's up, Sophia? Just listen to you smart people. I am smart. I appeal to my own authority constantly. That's how I know how smart I am. 100% real, baby. Well, DM me. Sorry, what's up, Ma? What's up, Lords? Hi, intelligent. That's not my name. Humble is my name. Thank you, yes. No conceit in his family. He's got it all. I mean, everybody else has an extra chromosome.
Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and border patrol to repel the
I'm actually missing a chromosome.
invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever. They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden,
Just like the ladies. They heard my words and they chose not to come.
the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of...
Joe Biden was the worst president in American history. Can we all not agree on that? I would like to say that Woodrow Wilson was worse, but I really can't. Woodrow Wilson is like a historically hyper horrible president, and Joe Biden was even worse than that. Where did it go? Where did it go? What do my parents look like? Pieces of shit. They look like people that abandoned their parental duties to get back at their exes. What's up, Marco? Hey, Brad, thanks for the cherries. Would you mind showing us what your parents looked like? I always want to know people. Yeah, I don't think I have the right to do that. I would have to get a sign off from them, but I don't care. And so if I had anything to show you guys, immediately I would, just to illustrate how much I don't care. We have a good relationship. I mean, I think you guys can tell. It's a strong tie. So do his brothers. Well, I do have brothers. I have brothers. I have cousins. We were a group of reprobates, whatever, in our own community. It didn't matter where we lived or where we were. Between my brothers and my cousins and I, we would spread our ideas to you by force. And look at the way I turned out. Yeah, exactly. A waiver of some sort. No, there was no waivers. It was all free market capitalism. I grew up with free markets while competing against socialized losses for massive corporations. And so did all of you guys. So the fact that that's true means that anybody else that wants to tell us about the economy or, get a better job, it's like, shh. Okay. So, a different crowd tonight. A little bit. It's a little bit different crowd. At least we got... I'm obviously the golden child of my family. Well, thank you. That's a nice thing to say. I hope so. I mean, I try to be. If I didn't think I was doing golden child things, I wouldn't do them things. Because of his description. Yeah, you guys had better not be talking about anything except for Donald Trump and this speech address. What's up, fun?
Of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums.
Trump fucks, yes. Wait, so I think it helps if I turn this way down on my sound, and then I turn my speaker way up. I turn the bass way down, obviously. That should help.
Released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my fifth such speech to Congress.
What's up, man?
Once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them
Trump
happy,
fucks, that
or
is
make them
true.
stand, smile, or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or would stop the crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements.
Nope, I go like this. While at the same time making their entire fortune off of the backs of taxpayers and stolen money. The entitlement of people who work for the federal government to say, I work for the federal government and my right to free speech means that I can go out there and express the thought that the federal government shouldn't be audited or checked on. It's like, you should be hated by everybody in your fucking country. On both sides of the aisle. If you are a liberal and you think that the government needs to do certain jobs because they're so important that they can't be trusted at the free market, that's a real viewpoint. And you would say, I want the people to be getting what they pay for in terms of public service. If you're a conservative, obviously you don't believe it's ever going to happen, you want it to be cut, but there should be nobody except for people that are receiving bribes that don't want things to work fairly and accurately. What's up, man? Blake has the best hair. Thank you. I didn't know they did that on here. Did what? What? Not what? What? Oh, the haircuts. Am I able to process that fast? I am. Should I turn it down? I'll turn it down a little. I'll turn it. It's at 200% speed. We'll do 1.25 because Trump has to speak for all Americans. So he doesn't want to leave anybody behind, and I don't blame him. But I talk fast. Most people that marry do fuck. Wait, what? What? What's up, Danny boy? Uh-huh. That's unbelievable. All Americans don't speak for him. Wait, what? All Americans speak from my mouth and say what I'm saying unless they are emotionally or mentally compromised, in which case I'm saving them. What's up, JT? I'm skipping. I didn't mean to skip what you're saying. It's unbelievable. The Americans don't speak. Most people that marry do fuck. Different crowd tonight. Exactly. That's exactly messed up. Laughing my ass off. I said the same thing. You're crazy. Would you mind showing us to your parents? I don't feel like I missed any messages. If that's the case, when are we getting married? S. Wait. What kind of an event is that? Is that a... Is that a party? What type of party? Trump fuck? Yeah, Trump does. I said Trump ducks after the other female said Trump fuck. Yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely. Where did she go, by the way? Jessica Candy. 1982. God damn. Alright, chat, weigh in on Jessie Candy. There's no way that's real. That's catfish. That's catfish material. Her sweet 16. Happy birthday, sweet 16. I didn't say it. I thought it, but I didn't say it. And that's cool. I was on the internet when I was 16. I'm not trying to make anybody feel less than. I've said Trump fucks before, but a long time ago. I mean, where is the genesis of that statement? Silicon Valley, Jared, this guy fucks. Here we go. This is amazing. You guys are gonna fucking love this. This character on this show is me. Is me. The Yahoo chats. What? ICQ. All right. This is important. We'll get back to the president.
Who's there, this guy?
Hey Russ, what's up?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What brings you here?
I had to meet this lawyer and his fucking kid's sick, and I had a few hours to kill.
Yeah,
I
it's me.
see a McLaren 650S with the extra trim package pulled into the driveway, or did I not?
Yep. So, this is the team. Whoa. I was just gonna say, this guy fucks, am I right? Because I'm looking at the rest of you guys, this is the guy who's doing all the fucking, am I right? You know I'm right.
It's like when people come into my room, into my stream, or when people are talking about Trump, which is how it came up. But you know, it's the same difference type of ipso facto, different scenarios, same factors. I'm pretty comfortable taking full credit with that's how shit goes down in my parties, when I'm having in my stream. New York. Wait, whoa. What? Ha, that guy. Yeah, the humble guy, the hardworking, soft-spoken hero. That honestly, everybody else is, you know, they're just praying they see you on any given day, because even just that one glimpse of greatness can motivate even the worst person with the worst life through the ugliest circumstance, so that they can look at me again. What?
I'm gonna say one too, no matter what, five times I've been out here.
What was you talking about? Ha, that guy. Well, most people have married relationships. They plenty fuck lol, I mean. This. IG. If you're married and you're not fucking, something is an issue. Yeah, absolutely. If they aren't fucking. Who, Trump and Melania? Glimpse of greatness. Yeah, I am the glimpse of greatness. I'm what motivates people. That's what we talked about that. It's an important thing that you guys should be writing down. Everybody should be writing this down. Hey, Brad, thank you for the song. My producer, Alex. I mean, you don't get studio lights and this type of writing with a staff of one. Grow up. Okay? Let's grow up. And also thank you very much for the 100. But grow up. I mean, who wants to get married and not fuck? That's the point of marriage. It's a natural process. Taking notes as we speak. Thank you, Brad. Lords is good. I feel like Lords got off topic previously, and if we could have Lords stay more towards the topic, I will get less triggered, because otherwise I'm just going to start, my hands start shaking, and my face starts sweating, I start screaming and hitting. But what about the people who only marry for a green card? I think that the naturalized citizenship clauses in all of our state documents and articles of confederation and everything, they refer to slaves being naturalized and becoming citizens. It's not some fucking awesome game theory loophole where you can come here and fucking squirt out babies and be like, oh, it's fucking infinite fucking paycheck time. No. This was meant to right wrongs that happened during slavery. And that's not just a giant fucking cash cow for Mexico to be like, all right, let's fucking cash it and fucking get some citizenship. No. No. No.
It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
It shouldn't be this way. I'm gonna be the next Trump. I'm gonna run right after him. They're gonna have to shoot me in the ear. What's up, Linksy?
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America?
Jeez, Jesse, I'd vote for you too.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
You know, I'm glad to learn how the process works too. It's like seeing how a sausage is made. Not the most fun, I don't care, okay. But then when you see the rat poison being put in, you're like, oh, now I care about how the sausage is made. Mega baby. Arlen. What do we do? I still want to know what your parents and grandparents look. That's curiosity is a good motivator. I don't know what else to tell you. Can you show me a picture of your address and your driver's license and your social security card and what your neighbors are doing right now and your neighbor's address? I'm very curious about that information.
Every day my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it.
I have a feeling he's descended from Viking royalty. Yes, thank you, Jesse. Exactly. And that's the type of reverence that all Americans deserve. We are basically the Irish, Scots, Danes, Scandinavians that came over here wild as fuck, growing tobacco and sailing across the ocean to stake claims and make a new land. And then everyone's like, yeah, everybody else that migrates later is the same thing. It's gonna be great. The more of them, the better. Is it though? Or is it kind of fun to have an entire nation of the most wild, untamable people in history? And then, just for shits and giggles, to give that massive nation control of the whole world in under 300 years, make them the world reserve currency, and have everybody do what they say, unless you want to get double tapped like Japan. 2 shots to the head will slow you down a little bit. You want to be that chapstick? Thank you. What's up, AJ? Can I tell you I'm an adult? Do people? I don't. Lords. I get frustrated with trying to communicate through the medium of text with you, and it is not at all because I don't appreciate your company. I am just a peevish person. What's up, Vanessa?
Yeah. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze of all federal hiring, a freeze of all new federal regulations, and a freeze of all foreign aid.
Again, if any of you guys want to see this live, twitch.tv/DuncanBlownuts. It's because I don't listen after I say stuff. No, I can't. If I listened after I said stuff for people to respond, the stream would be unwatchable. The stream is already almost completely unwatchable. We're holding on to the bottom rung.
I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars.
What's up, Lisa? How's it going? Hey, Brad, thank you for the sweet sun. Much appreciated. What's up, M Beauty? You listen to yourself, and then you'll understand what I've said. No, I do listen to myself. sweet son. Thank you guys for the gifts. Also, thank you, Turtle, for going ahead and paying out of pocket real money to full screen transmit the poop emoji in the middle of my presidential address stream. I wish the sun was here more often these days. Me too. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I'm just thinking right now, every day I get closer and closer to permanently canceling this show. Scapegoating maybe a little. Winter storm warning in Minnesota. Yes. The winter storm warning has made me a bit peevish. Still worth seeing a giant poo. The stream is canceled, but at least we got to have our mountain climbed to the promised land. You're supposed to get snowed. What part of the country do you hail from, Brad? Blake is amazing, and I am so happy every time he's here. Thank you, Jesse. I mean, I am not very secretly happy every time you're in the chat. Missouri. Got the Midwest. I'm down. Don't worry. I don't know. I spent too much time in Oakland, but I know how to pull up on some Crips and Blast. I think she's sucking up. Is she? Uh-oh. Misery. Midwest reps. Jesse's sucking up. Uh-oh. She wants to be sucking something. Hey, what's up, Mia? A shameless suck up. I mean, you don't. I'm already. You don't have to sell me. I'm already interested.
That other countries we're not paying.
We're not paying. We're not paying. It's like me whenever I go out for dinner. I'm not paying. I don't care if I'm talking to the other guests at dinner or the manager, as he's saying that I have to pay. I'm not paying. I learned that from Trump. Sorry, Jesse, he's gay like Brad in Missouri. I don't know that Brad is gay. How dare you assume his orientation? I mean, credit where credit is. What's up, Mandy? What have I been up to? I've been trying to get up to date with politics and current events, but there's been drama, there's been tears, there's been screaming. I think somebody was trying to attack somebody else. Somebody got reported, somebody got banned. It's been nuts. Mia has been a real troublemaker historically. She told me before, oh, you're Mr. Smart Guy, you're so smart. Well, if you're so smart, why are you vaping? And I was like, how dare you try to defend my health?
The corrupt World Health Organization.
They are corrupt.
WHO.
And I also withdrew from the Anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
They got Tommy Robinson locked up.
We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction. To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term. And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job. And we've ended weaponized government, where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good. And I've stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
Well, wait, whoa. What? Zelensky, you found what? Vaping is delicious. What's that? Ruji? Totally nailed the pronunciation there. Easy. Because vaping is delicious, exactly. Oh dear. We found that out in 2020. Jessie looks like Jasmine. Jasmine, she looks Middle Eastern? She looks Arabian? Don't be insulting Mike. Don't be criticizing my guest. Did you see now that Zelensky wants to speak to Trump again? Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure after he got back to do wherever his handlers and stuff are, he was like, I tried to get more money from him and be a piece of shit, but the CIA said they were going to saw my head off, and I decided that probably wasn't worth it because we owe them hundreds of billions of dollars. I don't know, that whole situation, thinking of that situation makes me laugh. Jasmine is definitely the hottest Disney princess. Well, she has the best hair. The other ones have very flat, sun-damaged hair. I'd say that's probably the biggest problem with them. Pocahontas. Yeah, Pocahontas has... See, in terms of hair, though, I think that this is really a hair contest. People don't really care about anything else. That address was literally a rally at this point, not gonna lie. Yeah, at the very beginning, they were like, somebody on the Democratic side isn't sitting down, so we're gonna kick him out and cheer loud because decorum. Should you sit down? Yeah, but did you have to stop the presidential speech to kick him out? I don't know. Can't we get along? Yeah, when he says Pocahontas, when he's talking about Elizabeth Warren, it's fantastic. I cannot believe that piece of shit still works in politics, being like, yeah, I went to Ivy League school on a grant for a minority grant for being Native American. And what do they ask? What makes you feel like you identify with being Native American to the extent that you identify with it even though your DNA shows like less than 1%? She's like, I have high cheekbones. So yeah, making fun of that is basically required. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where the wedding has been. I'm not insulting. Correct, Jesse. Yes, she does. There was so much clapping for nothing. Yeah. I wish there was less like clapping and cheering. Sun damaged hair. If anybody has sun damaged hair at all, I can't be bothered with. Like I was on a mission trip once, and there was this family, and they were very hungry. They needed food, and I was supposed to give them food. But when I saw how sun damaged their hair was, I was just like, there's got to be somebody with less sun damaged hair that needs this food, and I don't feel comfortable. I feel like they're microaggressing towards me. B, are you American? Yes, I am. And to me, being an American is like ordering a big piece of meat for dinner and then filling up on bread before it gets there and then leaving before you pay the check. How am I kicking a House of Rep member out of their own chambers? Well, he wouldn't sit down. Like, I agree, but also I'm like, sit down, dude. Just heckle at every opportunity like everyone else. You don't have to stand up to do it. Plus, he had a cane. He couldn't even stand up if he wanted to. The whole thing was... He was virtue signaling for sure. Somebody tells me you have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to hair. I don't. Basically, spray this up, shave that off. Those are the two things I know. Speaker of the House. Yeah, I guess, Brad, but he's... Quite frankly, I think he was... Acting strong from a position of strength is cringe. But at the same time, I wanted to see the speech, and that guy was being disrupted. I don't know. I can't take sides. It's all very theatrical. I miss Ron Paul. Exactly. Because Ron Paul, if he got theatrical, it was in a way that you could really be like, all right, let's zoom out and look at the broader issue here. It is fucked. I would cry about it. Never mind, B. What's up, Jake? Oh, cool. Finally, Kurt Holding has joined the twitch.tv chat. So he can see what we're looking at. What does Kurt Holding have to say? He says, cheap viewers on streambo.com. Remove the space. The reason I'm doing this, you guys, is so that I can become famous and make money on Twitch. And you guys aren't even watching over there. But thank you for the sun. I do appreciate it. Even though I'm actively complaining right now about not getting more. Hey, Jake, thank you for the cherries. The amount of virtue signaling, politicizing people's deaths made me uncomfortable. I don't know the way he speaks to people about their... Yeah. I get it. Makes me uncomfortable, too, in certain situations. I don't necessarily disagree with organized religion and stuff like that, but like when I'm at a wedding and they start talking about, like, the overwhelming power of religion and how that's going to be, like, what sustains people through being married or not, it's like... It kind of feels like you're setting people up for expecting shit that's not going to happen. In terms of divine support. Thanks for the cherries, Jake. I want American politics to be like Frank Capara's Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Oh my God, yes, absolutely. Thank you for the 100. If we had statesmen and people that like actually gave a shit going to talk for us as our representatives, that'd be a much different situation. But basically, all the politicians right now are people with like rich people have dirt on them, and they send them in to do their bidding, and then they end up having to be there until they're Dianne Feinstein dying in office after spending her entire fucking life stealing from people. Like the guy in Butler, PA, he literally said, yeah, her husband protected her. He got hit very, very hard to protect them. What you mean I got hit hard? The guy was... I didn't hear about that. What's up, Sage? What's up, Davika? How's it going? I posted earlier in here, and what I posted in here disappeared unusually. I'm called Pocahontas. I disappeared what you said because I thought I was offended because I'm John Smith, and that's... You guys are trying to, like, revisionist history. You guys got sick. It had nothing to do with us. The blankets were trying to help you guys. That's not on me. Back to Trump. Thank you, Sage. Double dice. Thank you, Sage.
And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America.
Easy. Easy. Any other president that didn't have that easy 3-point fade-back swish of making English the official language, you suspect. I don't think you worked a day in your whole presidency. Mixing up what I'm saying. I'm not mixing up what you're saying. I am infallible at all things, but especially and particularly at reading. I never make a mistake. Ever.
I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
Yeah, fuck Mexico. In terms of naming the Gulf. I like the Mexican citizens. The Mexican government, not my favorite. Mexican people, good. Mexican government, bad.
And likewise,
The rest of America needs to become bilingual like the rest of the world, not just English? No. The rest of the world needs to learn English. Absolutely. Is an incontrovertible statement of fact, because the efficiency of that happening, people learning the global language of commerce, would be a lot faster than people learning multilingual oil and water pockets. Or we could all learn Mandarin, or we could all learn Islamic. But I don't know, the bilingual thing, It's tough. It's by definition redundant effort demanded of people or expected of people. Infallible, never make a mistake. Be underhanded and make sure someone writes incorrectly. Yeah, I mean, self-fulfilling prophecies are a part of state-sponsored terror. I learned that from Israel. Uh-oh, it's the Gulf of Tonkin. Oh no! We are more than bilingual. But most countries do have an official language. Nothing controversial about that. Yeah, absolutely. Dependent. For example, did you know that hippopotamus sweat pink and lactate pink? Which is like bloody milk? What's up, Lisa? Or sign language. I know sign language. Sticking with English? I don't know. Sign language is very descriptive. Yeah, I had someone just walk up to me and say Spanish, lol. I was like, nope. Me too. Like, that was in San Diego, and I was like, mm-mm. They were like, ¿Qué onda, carnal? And I was like, this is America, and I'm an American. And they were like, okay. I was like, don't roll your eyes at me. This is my country where I came down to visit Southern California, that I've never really been here, that ancestrally speaking, you guys probably control. But that's no, I'm an American. How dare you? Now I got into a fight with him. Pink lactation, let's exploit. When can we all learn to get along? Never, never, never. I mean, I learned 3. It's not that hard if your parents actually raise you with it. Like, if your parents send you to tutors as a kid, you just soak it up. What if your parents were like alcoholics and they were drunk and like out like committing crimes and stuff, and you were like trying to survive the best you could? I'm not learning 2 languages. What's up, Clob? What's up, Sage? Turtle is perpetually palmed. Trump was talking about no foreign aid, but didn't mention how he sent billions to Israel again. Yeah, I hope we're getting some of, or if all of this, I hope somehow we're getting all of this money. If Israel is involved in secret state-sponsored terrorism against the Muslim world over in secret, and we're at least getting some money back, that would be one thing. But if we're getting nothing, that seems unfair. Which brings up the whole Gaza issue. Do we really want to rebuild Gaza even if we make money from it? That seems like a pain in the ass. I don't know. Bilingualism. Agreed. I can count to 10 in Spanish. Does that count? Basically, it counts for me. No foreign aid to anyone. I think that's fair. It's a chemical reactive mucus on their skin. 2 acids they produce. What? Reaction. B, how old are you? A Ukrainian guy had his phone out with the other day with his translator. And I'm not interested. Wow. Yeah. Basically, everybody knows the score without all of the statecraft up front or whatever. America and the CIA and whoever takes Zelensky behind closed doors where there's not a whole bunch of cameras looking, and they're like, you owe us hundreds of billions of dollars. We will absolutely eliminate you and nuke your entire country into a glass parking lot. Now, we don't want to do that because we lose all of our money. So why don't you not absolutely doom your entire country to fighting with us and start to figure out how we're going to stop Russia from killing you? And then Zelensky's finally like, oh, okay. And then as soon as he went back to his handlers, they were like, he wants to talk to Trump again. And Trump's like, no. Me and the CIA already unilaterally dictated to him what was going to happen. There's no second negotiation. There's no cards left in his hands. Our public schools should require it, like a lot of charter schools do, or charter schools do. Sorry, public versus charter. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to argue. I agree that learning more than one of the romantic languages helps you learn language in general and then potentially even understand the ones that you're studying better. But does it outweigh the cost and time of learning more than one language when you could focus exclusively on a trade language. It's a very tough call to make. They show our kids in some foreign language in high school. I feel like it's too late. It should be at earlier stages. Arguably, yeah. Mine goes to public school and only eats dino nuggets. Well, kids kids eating dino nuggets is what they do. Oh yeah, make sure you give them a multivitamin every once in a while though. I watched a YouTube video about a kid eating dino nuggets. He got vitamin A deficiency so bad that he went fucking blind. And then the hospital was like, don't worry, we'll give him vitamins and stuff like that, and hopefully he'll recover his sight. Never did. Never came back. So that's like even worse than getting scurvy. That's probably not going to happen to most people, but still, safety first and teamwork. It's just a public school, but we have a high concern of high concentration. Mine goes to public school, only is dino nuggets. We don't own Gaza to be rebuilding anything. Well, I mean, yes, somebody owns Gaza. There's property owned in Gaza, and if that all gets seized or taken or liquidated in a way that eventually leads to peace, the property will be worth more in the long run, and hopefully that'll help to make people whole. When you're in a war, you can't sell property in a war zone to be able to move and have the capital that you need to establish somewhere else. It becomes a nightmare for everybody. My heart goes out to the citizens of Gaza. It's an extremely difficult thing. And as much as I'm concerned about America getting involved in what Trump is talking about and stuff like that, if anybody can help rescue those poor people in Gaza, it's going to be the perspicacity and drive of Trump. So I don't know. I think Trump is smarter than I am, which I don't think I've said about a leader since Calvin Coolidge. What's up, Ilya? I think it's appropriate to start bilingualism early. Yeah, for sure. The way that you learn is more open. Yeah, we're tired of the Democrats pocketing money. And exactly. It's all grift. It all gets lost trying to grease the skids. Trump is a unique character, and he's the most decent man. Yeah. No, he's not. He's not a politician trying to go in to fuck everybody. So that automatically puts him in a category by himself. Everybody else that's a politician in America is to some extent a lawyer that specializes in the rules and how to violate them to pay off people that have dirt on them. Anytime anybody is not that, yes, let's all vote for that as strongly as possible. It doesn't matter if they're a Democrat, Republican, I don't care. Anybody that's an outsider, that's not, Dick Cheney, Kellogg, Brown and Root, maximum military industrial complex, that's who I think we should all be voting for. I'm almost a single issue voter in terms of that, because there's other stuff that I care about, but not having the giant gun on the table of America being the strongest military power be seized and grabbed by whoever has the presidency, like that's a huge risk and a huge problem, and it's gotten people killed, especially under Bush. Makes me worried about it. Flintstone gummies, exactly. Did you call it Trump for Israel aid yet, or not really? Are you going to act like it's not happening? I think Brad's been calling it out. No, B, you're doing a good job of that. Fun out of stupid shit that you don't talk about. Oh, well, that's true. People specialize in the stuff they care about, and then they're going to be the best at communicating its importance, and that's okay. They find frauding the government and the Democrats and screaming about it and tells you all you need to know, but they're crooked as hell. Prove me wrong. Yeah. Anytime anybody is saying don't audit something, it's like you are over incriminating yourself at an alarming rate inefficiency. You need to stop. I don't know if you know what being Mirandized is, but imagine that you're being that right now and just stop talking. When I was 15, the gummy vitamins were just coming out. I thought they were just healthy gummy candy. Oh, and you down an entire bottle? Oh, did you get kidney stones? Brad talking about some pocketing money like Donald Trump, Jr., literally didn't get kickback from a lot of foreign adversaries. I don't think he did. And if he did, the audits into his finances would have found it, unless he is laundering money and saving and hoarding influence in such sophisticated and faraway rabbit holes that we would never find out. And if he is doing that, which I don't think he is, that's kind of awesome. He's like fucking like the most careful, ultra like surgical ninja of representing whatever he wants to be true ever. What's up, Sarah? Did your mainstream media tell you that? He is not that. Do some research. Juicy Lucy. What's up? What's up, Sarah? How tall am I? I'm 6'4". Brad. But when people go blindly into believing stuff the mainstream media tells you instead of doing some research, and you definitely don't want to just believe the mainstream media blindly. Not necessarily because even it's a bad idea to believe stuff blindly, which it is, but the mainstream media they've been cooked for a while. I've raised 5 kids alone. I think it's important to Trump cause. At least he's for families. Yeah, families are very important to people's happiness and to the successful rearing of children. What's up, Chris? Obama was for families too. Obama said he was for a lot of things, and then I think we found out that wasn't true. I was kind of gassy, but other than that, I survived. Probably because I got the generic brain. Yeah, you got all the non-bioavailable vitamins, and so they didn't absorb nor hurt you, and it was actually the luckiest thing that could have happened. She has her nose so up far CNN's ass, she wouldn't know the truth if it's Brad, don't say that. No politician is for families. Yeah, I mean, businessmen that turn political, I think would be the exception, but then they're by definition not a politician, which kind of goes to prove your point. But yeah, it's morning there. Work. Well, hopefully it's a beautiful day in Iran. Beautiful country. Hopefully you guys have better weather there than we're having today. Like those are the 2 points find that are appropriate from both parties. They've been leaning towards families. Well, yeah, kind of. Technically, the thing that both parties are supposed to be able to agree upon are free markets and free speech. And modern leftism is not promoting free markets and free speech, which makes it so that the modern Democratic Party is being illiberal, and it's an awkward situation when the Republican Party has to tell the Democratic Party, you're being illiberal. That's kind of become an issue. He literally did, like, I'll send you over the research and investigation at the DOJ. So there's an investigation at the DOJ, and there's research, and there's not a conviction or any charges. That's not, in terms of like the laws of libel and slander, like you can't report on that as evidence of anything except for exactly what it is. I mean, it's archived, yeah. It's archived of evidence of exactly what it is, which is people looking into that. But until there's a conviction and a charge, talking about it as anything more weighty than it being the start of an investigation is actually libelous slander.
I renamed for a great president, William McKinley. McKinley again. Beautiful Alaska. We love Alaska.
We do love Alaska.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion politics.
Most aren't convicted. It happens very frequently, like Brad said. What does? Trump accepting money where he shouldn't accept it from, and then the entire rest of the state apparatus that wants to charge him with crimes ignoring it. One of the benefits of having Trump as the president, even if you don't like him, is that if you are skeptical of what the government is doing or should be doing, everybody looking at everything that Trump does with a magnifying glass, trying to find anything that they can complain about or charge him with, is kind of a good thing. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and the amount of vigilance that Trump has drummed up on the left, I mean, he's a hero. You guys should be building statues in terms of nothing has ever been able to motivate the left to actually audit and check in on what they feel entitled to get from the government, like Trump. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Policies all across the entire
Make McKinley a mountain again.
and indeed the private sector and our military.
Money laundering through foreign aid. If he was getting so much money through foreign aid, why did he shut it down? What's up, Brody?
And our country will be woke no longer.
Everything woke turns to shit. Is that a Good Life poster? Oh my God, album. Yes. So this
is The Good Life poster, the album of the year. They did a tour in 2023 of the album 20 years after it came out in 2003. And that is the astrological calendar on like a wood grain type of a background. And absolutely one of the best albums ever created. I have impeccable taste. You have impeccable taste. Fucking ant looks. Funny doornails. These 2 shots are for Derek, for rifle, not the handgun, for coffee and cigarettes, give it back. No suicide isn't painless when you leave everyone in pain. 2 shots will never be down the same. Alright, that's the hyper abridged version of Doornails, which is a great song. If any of you have not heard the actual song Doornails, it's much better than that. But I'm distracted by Trump alone being someone who fucks. What's up, Moon Pie? What's up, Filling? Yeah, guitar time is the best time. Tasty cakes. You didn't know that I could play another? You thought I could only play one? I can play more than one song. Doornails is the name of a song by NoFX. It's about substance abuse. Oh my God, hey girl, what's up, Maddie? Girl, what's up, girl? I don't know. You know what? We've got enough time left in the speech. I think we gotta listen to Doornails really quick. Are you guys ready for it? What speech? The Trump speech. Fat Mike is a whole mood. I'm not that fat, okay? Not that fat.
These 2 shots are for Derek, for rifle, not the handgun, for coffee and cigarettes, give it back. You know, suicide isn't painless when you leave everyone in pain. 2 shots will never go down the same. This beating's for Jimmy, for ultimate devotion, for your mind of my own, bring out your dead. Sedated, flagellated, you were the one most loved and hated. Thanks for all that carpet and your songs. Oh, this Patron's for Jason, and this Lager's for Andy, and these doses are for Bomber, and this fix is for Bradley, this Ritalin's for Lumpy, and this Speedball's for Friday, this nitrous hit is for Lynn and best friend Dobbs. This bowl is from my mom, for drinking more than I did, for posting bail for me in New York and in Hollywood that first time. And that joint we smoked was the worst time, 'cause doing drugs with parents is just wrong. Oh, this Patron's for Jason, and this Lager's for Andy, and these doses are for Bomber, and this fix is for Bradley. This song is for winning losers, it's for unlucky substance abusers, the ones who left their black marks on us all.
The doornails. That is a great dirge for pouring one out to. Shit. And everybody thought I only knew about one song. I like it. I do too, Lisa. Your eyes are mesmerizing. I just posted a bunch of cooking videos. I've only had one relationship in my entire life. Well, maybe you were posting cooking videos during it and it didn't work out. 10 of 10 experience. 5 kids with that one relationship. Black marks sound detrimental. Yeah, black marks are detrimental. Y'all, Figma was beating my ass today. Figma, like the APK UX designing software. That was so good. Thank you, Lisa. What's up, AI? I mean, I do feel bad. Trump is going to have a hard time following that, but I mean, it's from the heart. Oh, let's try that. What is it trying to do? There we go. All right. Sorry, that's crazy. That's crazy. That was crazy.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller,
ATC. Messed something up. What did you mess up? What's up, Darth? No, I was just joshing you, Loris. That probably wasn't cool. My bad. I was just more trying to be silly about the cooking videos. Somewhere, but I'm already almost done. It's like when I'm throwing up. I could make it to the trash and try to like make it all the way there. I'm already almost done. Just, Army of Darkness.
you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender.
Yes. Anybody that's against meritocracy, that's a very, very, very hard sell for me, especially in vital industries. We want to be as fair and equitable as we can possibly be without sacrificing meritocracy, because when we start to do that, it's like an opportunity cost thing more than it is a anything else. If you get best candidate, even for just a couple of positions, they do enough work to bring up the average of everyone around them. And those people are super important to not reject when you have the opportunity to have them fill a role. Watch those. Therapeutic. Yeah. What's up, JM? Too many clothes. That's what being not arrested for indecent exposure in America means. Struggling with your performance slowing down after implementation of encryption. Well, yeah, encryption is going to be overhead for sure. So you encrypted your Figma work, and now when you're trying to work in Figma, it's not working well. And encrypting it seems to be the change that was made. Now I just remembered all of my one-liners. Oh, all of them, huh? What's up, Chloe? My program is running so much smoother before, but the latency is being weird. Yeah, I mean, to run Figma and to like really use a lot of its features, the computer that you're using has to be like completely up to date and secure, and all of the correct drivers and software updates. And if it's like full up, or if the memory is failing, or if it needs to be updated and stuff, Figma's gonna go nuts. You fascinating 8. Ignore that. What? There's a text Trump number at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to send so many nudes. Oh, me too. I feel like if me as a male did that, I would get charged with indecent exposure. And if a woman did that, people would be like, oh, that's nice. That's, you know, whoever's man in the number gets a little bonus. It's not fair. We need to start throwing women in prison.
Very important.
Very important. God certainly did. Wait, did God give you all the gifts at once? God certainly. Every day I get closer and closer to permanently canceling this show.
You should be hired.
I'm just a piece of meat. I mean, I'll be anything you want me to be, Jesse. Maybe I should use session resumption. What is maybe if your memory is overcommitted to different things and you're using Chrome and you have lots of tabs, or if you haven't restarted your computer in a while, my first piece of advice would be to restart your computer. I have the wow factor. I do play WoW. I play World of Warcraft a lot, so thank you. I do feel like I have the wow factor. I mean, you can easily state that it's your religion to be nude, and you don't see anything wrong with it. No, I mean, you can, but you could. In America, the police will just start shooting you in the face. They're not gonna. You're under arrest, and if you resist, you die. What's up, Amy? Constitutional right, religious rights. Agreed, but you have to argue those in court. The police don't care. They'll arrest you right away. And then if the judge is like, I don't care about what's right or just, then you just fucked. A gateway from 1999. See, that's all you need. You don't see anything wrong with nudity. That feels like you're instructing me how to feel. I feel like I'm being gaslit. I feel like I need help. I need a help hotline. And kind of helpful as well. I don't know if that's helpful. What's up, Amy? What did I walk into? I don't know, Darth. It's been rough. I don't see anything wrong. They aren't supposed to do that. They have to know the Constitution. Well, cops also have to deal with like naked homeless people like running up to a family and being like, "Don't you know you can't sit in a baby stroller with an infant not wearing clothes with like your naked ass?" And they're like, "Well, I didn't. I'm not gonna touch him. I'm not gonna do anything." It's like, well, no, you can't be naked in general. You're under arrest. Like, society has figured out that we need to empower the police with certain rights to be able to stop people from being weird. I am a never nude. Not that I like police interloping, but at the same time, it's like, nudity. I live in a place where it's cold enough that the elements require for you to wear clothes. So if you're not, you're going really, really far out of your way to bother people. I mean, yeah, you could tell the cops, God created man and woman naked, and they're going to be like, all right, we're not going to even Mirandize you. We're just going to arrest you immediately. There's no reasoning with this person. What's up, Harley? It would sound a little bit weird. I should have just designed and left all the overhead and computing to a professional. Well, yeah, I mean, like Citrix stuff can do that. Adam and Eve wore strategically placed leaves to hide their shame. Exactly. And everyone else should do the same. If you don't have clothes available, suspend, a leaf in front of your junk. What you said regards to running out in front of a baby, what is that all about? I don't know. I don't remember what I said. I can't be held accountable for what I'm saying. Yep, ditto, too cold. They discovered the leaves. Constitutional rights, you can't. Constitutional rights are not a invisible force shield. Constitutional rights have to be defended in court of law if a cop decides to violate them. You cannot resist arrest in America. They have the right to and will use it to kill you. So just because it's a constitutional right doesn't mean that the cops won't arrest you for it. Should that be the case? No. Is it? Absolutely. And it's also, I understand why it's the case. Cops can't be judge, jury, and executioner. They gotta be like, you're a problem. We're gonna bring you to a judge and he's gonna say what to do. It seems like, not the worst possible way to have it. Doesn't look like you're living anywhere cold from what I've seen. I'm Minnesota. We have structures and insulation in Minnesota. Song. What's up, Tapsa? Adam and Eve complained that they didn't have clothes, so they were given clothes. Adam and Eve got in trouble because Eve ate the forbidden fruit and she shouldn't have. I mean, Adam was nice enough to take his rib and make an entire another person, and she had to screw everything up. Adam and Eve aren't even real. I don't know. I think they're kind of real. Like when people are like, should women have the right to vote? It's like, well, how much of a person is 2 ribs? Because they should have that percentage of a right to vote. But only innately. Otherwise, they have to own property. But then also, only men who own property should be able to vote. It'd be more fair overall, but it would start out very offensive. They complained. They said, but we are naked. And God was like, who told you? See, that whole there's no way that a conversation of that nature ever took place between gods and mortals. That's icky. That's creepy. I'm stepping out. Politics and religion. Peoples. I only like to talk about politics, religion, and money. Exactly. Everything else is small talk. I was in North Loop for an interview. Yeah, you said the other day that you were in Minneapolis. Chloe. Nobody knows what's real. We weren't there. True. Empiricism is important. Sacrosanct even. I remember. Not only did you tell me, but you told me and I remembered. They complained. They said, but we are naked. And he was like, who told you? I know the story of Adam and Eve. I could tell it on my own terms from memory. And I have learned lessons from that story, and it's that women, that you shouldn't create women from a couple of your ribs, because it's gonna get out of control and they're gonna get you in trouble.
Based on merit.
I love Tememba.
And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed.
I wish God would give me clothes. My wardrobe sucks. I mean, if he could feed the hungry by splitting fish, he could at least give us some fucking some chinos.
Allowed us to do so.
Pepperidge Farm would give us chinos.
Thank you very much.
There's nothing wrong with all that Old Testament. Is all about law. What eye for an eye and the whole world is blind.
The poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and they signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports. Three years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side, and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding. And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, recycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race, 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman, for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer. What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen. Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country, that I'm sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again. Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control. And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job. A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now. And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency.
It was an emergency. Okay, hold on. What did I miss? What's up, Leon? Boy, please. All right. I love to member. Leon, what's up? Trump is hot. Exactly. Girl, please. Trish48. Girl, thank you. Leon, boy, please. Sassy. The Old Testament is all about the law, which is the politics, religious, and the Old Testament of the day. Law is religion. But is it, though? The dog's asshole looks better than the orange man. What? Oh, not the dog. Your dog. Okay, I see what you mean. The eggs. I eat a lot of eggs. I got expensive taste. I eat Fabergé eggs, actually. Exclusively. What's up, Tazzy? Yeah, and the eggs are still high. Please. Imagine. What's up, ABDC? What's up, Lords? Imagine living through the highest watermark of government and inflation and corruption, and then when it starts to recede, being like, yeah, but the eggs is expensive. The level of mental or moral defect that it would take for somebody's primary issue to be the eggs. Like Tim Dillon said, if your biggest problem is the milk, then you need to get some real fucking problems. And I think that that's a funny thing to say, even though I do think the milk is a problem. I do think it's something that we need to tackle. But I think that Argentina and America need to go through a shrinking of government phase. I don't even think. I know that we do. And if we complain about cutting the stuff that is the most egregious and stupid stuff that's easy to cut first, it's going to be really hard on the amount of voice that we have to be able to defend the more important cuts down the line that may or may not be valuable. I mean, if we start shouting right away, I don't think that we'll be able to get enough signal through that noise to have an impact. It is, though. I know I don't follow Trump. I don't follow much. What's up, Tirazi? Hurting. Well, no, arguably nobody should follow Trump. Everybody as an individual should do their own thing. They should hang out with their own families, start their own podcast, and then that brings you deepest into the reality of your own life, not the life that you think that you could have, but the life that you do have. And getting distracted by Michael Jackson or Bill Clinton or Donald Trump is not only detrimental to you, but it's detrimental to the world because you're robbing us of any type of input that you could have that wouldn't be compromised by statecraft and icky shits. It's all about contracts worth companies. I worked at a grocery store. Limited government, more states' rights. Exactly. Contracts. Yeah, I mean, positive rights have to be grounded in contracts. It becomes a little bit of an issue. I think that the corporate charter should have a 25-year lifespan, and that corporations shouldn't just be able to be handed down and handed down and handed down and get bigger and bigger and bigger, more and more and more corrupt, lobby the regulatory bodies more and more. That is a runaway system of malincentives. But the beginning of that system works well. It's just that corporations should not be legally allowed to exist for more than 25 years, much less just exist for more than 25 years and not ever run the risk of being trust busted and engage in regulatory capture. Like this is a fucking absolute cataclysmic nightmare of shit that shouldn't be allowed. And it just happens all day, every day. Nobody even notices it. Nobody cares. Nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. The new policy to harm, it's the Bible and the Constitution. I can't spell again. Constitution, yes. Bible, Hey, thanks for the favor. I'll hit you back. Which Bible? I have a Bible of manly noises and stuff like, something like flatulence, like maybe a little bit like a grunt or a cough or a burp, like just like bassish noises.
As you've heard me say many times,
Scroll back up and read what you said. Did that volleyball player do that on purpose, hurt someone on purpose? It doesn't sound right. I don't know. I think that, yes, that volleyball player that was a man on purpose decided to go play with the women and wanted to be as competitive as they possibly could until there was an accident that hurt somebody permanently. Absolutely. That should not be allowed. Arguably, back in the day, if there were little girls playing a sport and a man of any age went in to interrupt that, the spectators would kick your ass. Is that the best solution? Probably not. Is that a good at-scale solution? Probably not. But we can't act like that wasn't the case, or that wouldn't have been the case, and just say that women who have practiced in sports and competed should just have their right to compete taken away by somebody else being like, I really want to, and I'm special. That sucks. My heart goes out to them, but I don't want to sacrifice all of girls' sports on the altar of that. It doesn't seem like a good trade. Doesn't seem worth it. What's up, Dorian? What's up, Mike? Previous to the volleyball, oh Jesus Christ, Lords, can you type it again? I can't be keeping track of what you're talking about.
And by far, and now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill Baby Drill.
It's called Drill Baby Drill. What's up, Dorian?
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline.
Yes, Darth, but just because you were competitive and kicked the boys' asses doesn't mean that a biological male should be able to use their bone density, size, weight, and strength, testosterone that makes muscles work 300% better. That's not fair. That's a big old Jesus, Blake. Keep up. I know, Jess. I know. I'm glad you're still here. I didn't know if you were even still here. Some people in the chat are distracting for other different reasons. You want me to tell you what should be new policy, no harm, which is in the Bible and the Constitution. The separation of church and state is very important. Is that water or a drink? This is is fancy water. San Pellegrino. It's charged water. It's not still water. It's sparkling. Fancy. I am fancy. I'm fancy as shit. Yes, but they are aware of where they are hitting that ball. What? I was talking about when I was a kid. Especially if they are professionals. Pro. What's up, Danny? Jesse looks like a man should not be allowed in sports. Jesse looks like a man who should not be allowed in sports? I think Dorian's jealous. Somebody's got a beach picture. When I look at Jesse, I can't. Okay, well, I'm content policy. I can't say certain things, but
Flying in Alaska, among the largest in the world.
Jessica's a raging trans. Ah. Want to play with your hot log.
Where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. Never did anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular results.
With regardless. What's regardless? What are we talking about? I'm going to have to, actually learn how to read. And it's all your guys' fault. I accidentally spiked a guy in the nuts once in gym. I felt bad. Well, yeah, Danny, thank you for the favor. I'll hit you back. I mean, if he never recovered function, you kind of sterilized him. That's kind of... What's up, MC? How's it going?
Set to go, the permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA. to further
A friend of mine shared that their 6-year-old is now being addressed as Pickles and now prefers they them pronouns. Oh, but that's. I would say that as much as possible, the parents should intercede and be like, this is. Play is one thing. Imaginative play is a good and it should be encouraged. But people being like, it's time for permanent life decisions right now. I don't know why we would do that. What's up, Keely? Girl, why y'all lying? Wait, who's lying? What's up, Keely?
to combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but we'll be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars. And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. GOSH. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk,
Doge Elon Musk.
who is in the gallery tonight.
I hope they abolish the IRS before April. Yes, absolutely. Should we not collectively as Americans be like, hey, yo, no more. We saw how much money you fucking idiots are wasting. Negative hundreds of trillions of dollars in terms of the value of the dollar. It's negative. Print the tax base. Defund the IRS. Save money on not doing that. Print the tax base. Minus the savings of getting rid of the IRS, and tax global trade, tax the Panama Canal. I don't give a fuck what you tax. The income tax is the absolute last thing that people should be doing. The income tax is literally saying, okay, let's say 33% income tax. You are going to work 33% of your year in retroactive enslavement, paying money to the government. That's worse than shit was before the Civil War by a massive margin. I don't think that just accepting pre-Civil War conditions is a good thing for America to do. Don't mess with no one. Elon on the house, impregnating all damn hoes. He is going for the Genghis Khan angle. I don't watch the news, not bad TV, but I don't currently have TV. I had TV and cable. I don't know what. This isn't TV. This is the internet. This is YouTube. Lisa, okay, I best get to work now. Catch you later. Have a good shift at work. It's always good to see you, Lisa. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Much appreciated. Elon is impregnating everybody. He doesn't look like he looks not infertile. He looks like he would take a lot of attempts. Not a mean thing to say. Do I ever get offended when they are offended? I mean, I don't want to sound like that. I'm not sure. I get offended by a lot, but also pretend that I don't ever get offended by anything. So it can be difficult to understand what I'm thinking, feeling, or talking about. What's up, Mr. Keys, Ghosty, and J Chow? I keep it to myself. But that Trump speech, I don't know what's popping. That's just today. It's the news du jour. What I don't even watch that shit on YouTube. Well, I get it. We gotta watch something somewhere. I need the input. I know plenty of politics, though. Heard he had penile implant, Elon. So he's just like jamming and jerking that synthetic like metal tube just right into the cervical opening and just fucking blasting. Ouch. Sounds like a machine, like a robot. That's a level of autism that would be difficult to love. Go Gadget Wiener. It's like, are we gonna warm up to this or that? And he's just like, ejaculate.
Thank you, Elon. Working very hard. He didn't need it. He didn't do it.
He's working very hard. He is ejaculating into all kinds of women. They're getting cranky.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe.
Come everywhere. Everyone's just like got the sham wows, and they're trying to get the Elon cum off of them. He's like, we had an mRNA vaccine technology that created cum from every cell the host of the body injected. It's Elon's cum.
They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified.
They damaged
$22
it.
million from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+.
Vivian.
The African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million.
I want 2 free Teslas, and if Elon isn't smart enough to make that happen, I guess it's just like Trump was never going to work out anyway. I guess Trump and Elon aren't smart enough or good enough to give me free electric luxury vehicles. I mean, I got an Obama phone.
For making mice transgender. This is real.
Is he the...
$32 million for left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million.
Circumcision sucks. I hate my circumcision. I regret it every day.
For the Arab Sesame Street.
And the Arab Sesame Street, they love circumcision. They're promoting it more than fucking anybody. And as an already established special issue to me, I'm glad that funding has been cut.
It's a program. $20 million.
It's changing the world. It is changing the world. Who has a trans child? Activists. Elon. Both. Both Elon and activists. Elon might not have a... This might be controversial to say. Elon might not have a trans child if he had been around to rear the child. Inconvenient to say. And Elon might be like, I shouldn't have to be there guarding it every second of the day so that it doesn't get infected with post-Marxism and identity politics. But at the same time, yeah, there's lots of bad stuff. You as a father, are there to provide discretion, like PG, like parental guidance, like discretion. So, I don't know if having a whole bunch of kids to try to be like Genghis Khan and then not raising them is kosher. Seems kind of shitty. Vivian was her favorite, his favorite, until it came out. Why would you mess with someone's children like that? That's an adult politics, not children like fun. People get. It's academia. Academia messes with the kids because they're all activists, and the pipeline of massive amounts of funny money. So 50% of state budgets in America go to education. So any state, California, 50% of state budget goes to education. That is a fuckload of money. The collegiate, college, Ivy, academia that specializes in education in America and the West is retarded. They're retarded. They don't know how to pursue or achieve positive outcomes. From the self-esteem disaster of the late 80s to the early 90s to everything they have said that we should overhaul society to, for the children has fucked the children up more. Ipso facto, we should probably get the hyper-massive amount of state funds that are going into education the fuck out of education, because there's no way to beat an incentivized propaganda machine. You just can't do it. It's operating at scale. The lizard people who smell like sulfur, they do smell like sulfur. Hey, you don't just You don't just bail on a marriage after 6 kids. Absolutely. He should have stayed with his first wife. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I will say it. Shoulda. Applicable problem. What's up, Jay? None of Elon's kids go to public school. They are all charter, but private. At least that's what Vivian said. And she has a whole TikTok. She made a long video about life behind the scenes growing up. People kept asking. Doesn't matter. What matters is the influence of identity politics in formal education is unacceptable, and it even spreads into private education and well beyond the tendrils of what 50% of state government budgets think they're able to account for in terms of extrapolating consequences of guaranteeing activists jobs where they shouldn't have them as a policy for decades and decades and decades and decades and decades. Yeah, messing with children is sick. You say that she's gorgeous and actual. She looks. No, it's a he. It's a he with a mental disability, with gender dysphoria. It seems to be socially acquired gender dysphoria, and that is a very difficult thing, I would say, to recover from in the long term. Any type of surgical or hormonal changes made are going to cause irreversible damage to the ability of that person to achieve the biological duty and have a happy life in general. And then activists say, you saying that is going to cause them to be sad and kill themselves, and you are responsible for transgender suicide, which is just unconscionably untrue. What's up, passing time?
$1.9 billion to recently created decarbonization of homes committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
She's happy that she's doing well. That's great. She's going to be the happiest genetic cul-de-sac ever, and it's just fully within her rights to completely give the finger to all of her ancestors back to the beginning of time and be like, I feel like I want to be creative. Well, maybe get the fuck over it. Life's rough for everyone, all around. Get your shit together. Don't fail the biological duty. Your ancestors are counting on you. Don't be a fucking weirdo.
A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring.
Lavish fish monitoring. The DSM-5 code for gender dysphoria. I mean, it's gender dysphoria, and they changed it from gender identity crisis and gender identity issues, for which the treatment was managing the symptoms and getting people to admit and understand reality. Because hormone treatments for people with what they now call gender dysphoria were not effective. They did not help those people. In a very, 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 very small subsect of people with gender identity crisis issues, certain types of therapy where their ideas were handled differently could be helpful. Absolutely. But saying that that delusion needs to be enforced by compelled speech dictates of the government, absolutely horrendously retarded. And no matter how good you think your intentions are, that's the most tyrannical and anti-free speech stupid thing I have ever heard. And that's where all identity politics lead to. It's identity politics. Doesn't matter about outcomes. It's about power versus privilege. It's about identity. It's racism. It's collectivism. It's the elemental evil birthplace of racism and putting people into groups. It's not good. It's really not good. We have studied it for all of history. It is the worst thing that you can allow to flourish in a population. It's why it's called the woke mind virus. Hair to your ankles sounds like a pain in the ass hassle. It does. being hurt due to education. What? Lawyering. What's up, Blondie? I didn't say. Guess they are. Hit the nail on the head. Someone else on the head. I believe whatever you want to believe, but stop forcing legislation based on your delusions. Exactly. It's like compelled speech dictates about anything immediately are like, hey, we need to fucking take a real big step back from this. And identity politics are the same politics which caused 40 million people to starve to death under Maoist China rule. That's not a good track record. That's some dangerous, dangerous stuff. I'm going to identify as a cupcake. I mean, that's fine. Because of adult politics or adult issues, kind of like playing with the voice happens. It's terrible. What's up, Mark? Like, that's forcing, I'm not even talking about transgender people at all. I don't know. Kids should be allowed to engage in creative and free play, imaginative play, without being thrust into a position where somebody demands that they make decisions that are going to affect the rest of their life. That's not a part of being a child. And to be like, now it is a part of being a child, and it's totally supported by everyone. Like, no, that's not a part of being a child. And if you try to make that part of a child's life, you're a criminal. You're a pedophile. You're a pervert. You're a piece of shit. You're hurting people. And that's the end of the fucking story. Anybody encouraging a minor to transition or to have gender doubts is a piece of shit pedophile criminal, where if a man of significant size and strength were to see that happening immediately, would beat the fuck out of that creep throughout all of history. And even if they were charged, the court would be like, nope, you are free to go. But now we're all confused about it. Doesn't make any sense. What's up, Null?
$1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali.
Social cohesion. Oh, I hate the concept of social cohesion. In liberal philosophy, there's an idea of unity, the ties in society. If everybody respects everybody else's rights, if everybody uses a responsible currency and the value of everybody else goes into that currency going up and everything gets better and tighter and more communal and more teamwork. It's the best way to incentivize people to work together. And we can kind of call that unity. Social cohesion is an attempt to say that there's another level that we can measure if we zoom outside of unity, where social cohesion is the most important thing, and it's maximized by government control, not actually by the interactions of people in a society. And that's social cohesion, and it should be more important than unity. That's commie bullshit. That's literal, just fucking wholesale commie bullshit. Social cohesion. It's you can ask Gemini about social cohesion, and it will toe the line and tell you all of the most crazy Marxist bullshit you've ever heard. It's just programmed into all that shit. All the fucking leftist dumb fuck programmers in California being like, oh, we're gonna program the world at scale to be anti-liberal. Wow. I'm sure that's gonna usher in a fucking great version of the future. You fucking stupid pieces of dog shit.
$59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. $250,000
What did I say about the pieces of dog shit? They're dog shit.
to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia.
How long ago did your earbuds die?
$42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia.
I guess saying commie bullshit and then dog shit.
$47 million.
Oh, about social cohesion. You can ask Google about social cohesion. You can ask Gemini. It'll feed you all the commie bullshit gobbledygook propaganda. It's hilarious. It's retarded. It's the dumbest shit you've ever read in your life. And it sucks because Gemini, like a lot of the other GPT models that are sophisticated, can do a lot of stuff really well. But where there's specific limits and rails and like bumpers when you go bowling, like it won't allow a certain result. And it's funny, you can say social cohesion is bullshit. And it goes, no, it's not. And here's all the reasons. It's like, okay, good. Let's talk. Here are all the reasons that you gave, and here's why all of those reasons are incontrovertibly not true and actually make the inverse argument in my favor and not in yours. And even when you take away all of the reasons that it says that it's important, and there's none left, and you tell it, hey, your reasons are all defeated, they're gone, it continues to say, no, social cohesion is good, and when you demand to know why it says that without any backing evidence, it says, oh, I'm sorry, there's some questions that I'm just not able to answer. There's some things that AI is not good at. And it's like, okay. Cloud is better. Yes, B is very right about that. Cloud is a very different situation. Grok is weird. Grok, I like so far. What's up, Aura? I don't necessarily want Twitch and X to be, not Twitch, I'm sorry, Twitter and X to be dumping all that money into AI because they're already doing something. Hey, thank you for the black heart emoji. Much appreciated. OpenAI, DeepSeek, there's a lot of stuff. I actually programmed some AI robots. I think Jesse was in here a while ago. I programmed an AI robot off of the GPT language library of Alan Watts. And I think she programmed one off of the language library from the works of Jordan Peterson. And we compared them, and she did a better job than I did. And so I subjectively was critical of the work that she had done because, I mean, you know, I wasn't like we should spend too much time on it, and she obviously did. He is fun. He was fun. He's dead now. That entire system that we programmed that stuff on is gone. So that sucks. When someone pulls up information, they will see both sides. With what? With Grok? Yeah, I guess. Grok is built to withhold information. I can't imagine that you're wrong, but I would love to see that proof. Because I have proof that Gemini is not withholding information, but is substituting logic in furtherance of things that it knows aren't tenable, but it wants to believe, and social cohesion is an example of that. I would love to find a similar smoking gun for Grok, but I haven't yet. You have multiple prompts that prove it. Tell me about what those are. You're a hopeless overachiever. I don't know. I think you look good. Whatever you're achieving in terms of what's up, baby? Sharp wit and philosophical depth powered by ADHD. If your ADHD and my autism were to combine, it'd be like a supernova. Can you imagine the babies we'd make? I'd just be blasting. You'd just be blasting kids out. I'd be blasted out. You'd be blasting them kids out. Just hope the world doesn't end up like the Terminator movies. Well, Skynet's coming if we don't get control of the government. We either get control of the government and we program computers to be liberal and to control what's going on in support of individuals, or we have collectivism empowered technologies which represent a boot stamping on a human face forever. That sounds like a bad consolation prize. It's me, Una. Let me go check 1 second. Yeah, thank you, B. If you can find it, that'd be awesome. The opposite of the data over certain subjects have to be put out there for both sides. Just don't hurt any kid. Yeah, hopefully we can all agree on just don't hurt them kids. Otherwise, somebody bigger than you might come and hurt you. What's up, Elton? What's up, MN? Good, good. Going well. We're watching the joint session of Congress. We are... How far are we in? We're an hour and 15 minutes in. No, wait. Apparently it's 2 hours from the beginning. We're at minus 115 as we approach 0. This is impossible to read. We all have nukes pointed at each other. Scary. Well, I mean, an armed society is a polite society when everyone's like, kind of like, I guess I'll tip at least 20%. Don't hurt adults. Why would anyone hurt me? Are you saying someone who doesn't know you deserves to get hurt? I don't know. No. The right not to be hurt is called a negative right. And it's not a negative right in terms of it being bad. It's a negative right in terms of the philosophical understanding that it implies a duty of inaction to somebody else. So your right to not be hurt is a negative right that everybody can observe and respect at all times. And all they have to do is nothing. Negative right. Do nothing to promote and serve somebody's rights. That's a negative right. Those are also called liberties. Liberties are extremely important and need to be protected at all times. Liberties are always at risk of being undermined when uppity people say, hey, we want to have positive rights and we want to undermine the negative rights of people to get them. Those people are bad people and we should fight wars against them and eliminate them completely, taking no prisoners. Those people are horrible. They will get us all killed. Negative rights are extremely important. Anybody who would violate your negative rights is a criminal by definition in the purest sense of the word. There's somebody that is bringing harm to somebody else and violating their liberties and negative rights. Positive rights are entitlements or things that, if they're going to be tenable and real, they're created through contracts, voluntary contracts, mutual assent, and stuff like that. So either you have the right to be left alone, or you have the right to certain entitlements that you agree to or pay for or bargain for that are grounded in contract law. Anything beyond that, like free healthcare, it sounds good, but if free healthcare then means that you're stealing from people and they're violating their negative right to keep their wages, or you're saying people have the right to healthcare, we need to lock this doctor to his desk and make him see more people, those things are not an okay way of incentivizing or handling something or getting what you need. Not only that, the opportunity cost of not allowing the market to serve that need and then having it served badly by the state causes problems in all directions with almost an infinite extrapolatable range of damage. It's really bad. I haven't wanted to be hurt or for someone to get hurt. I've already stated those double negatives. No, I didn't think that you were saying that you wanted somebody to get hurt. I'm just talking about the right to not be hurt being a negative right in terms of obliging a duty of inaction onto other people. And from a philosophical perspective, the philosophy of science relative to understanding rights dictates that rights must be weighed against duties. You have to weigh rights against duties. And then there's two types of rights, and they can be split into negative and positive. And the differentiation between those things seems like it's very nitpicky and anal retentive, but it's extremely material to the future being fair and just.
For improving learning outcomes in Asia, Asia's doing very well with learning.
Asia's learning a lot. Asia's learning how to get lots of free money from us.
$101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education. The most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about that. They're so bad. Many more have been found out, exposed, and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people.
Big balls. Big balls gave them fucks the axe.
Headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
They should get that one young fella with the assault rifle in there. Kyle Rittenhouse, he could be in there and he could be the big boss. 4 doors, more whores, telling big balls to completely disembowel the federal funding apparatus. Thank you, Lords. What's up, AY? The Democrats are so pissed we're saving money, they're not going to clap for any of this. What's up,
We've
Marco?
taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. Yep.
Taking it back. We're bringing it back to the streets.
That is just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation.
That amount of money should be supremely upsetting
We are working
to people. But it becomes such a hyper-massive amount of money that they're betting and gambling on the fact that there's no way that people could even get as upset as they should be about it. And they're right. Nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care.
It's very hard to stop it. We're going to.
Where do I think the money will go? Homeless veterans. I think that the $500 billion that's being stolen every year definitely goes to homeless veterans. I want us to take it back.
Also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and
AY, of course it doesn't go to homeless veterans. What are you talking about, buddy? It's being stolen. Being stolen is a fancy way of saying it's not going to the homeless veterans. AY's joshing me. I know, I get it.
probable fraud in the Social Security.
Who is stealing $500 billion? That's what Doge is trying to figure out. Who's it going to? Where's it going to? Why is it going to? And then shut it off and press charges. What's up, Andrea?
Program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people.
Goes to all the rich turds vacations. Yeah, people with a differential advantage that are next to the government apparatus regulating the economy get massive, massive advantage. And they're using it at scale, weaponized, as hard and fast as they can, to the extent that we're negative hundreds of trillions of dollars in terms of the value of our currency.
People that we love rely on.
What's up, Megan?
Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists three.
All the Democratic congressmen and senators are like, no! Those are all my bonus checks.
1.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly.
That's old.
3.47 million people.
What's up, Sarah? How's everything in Iran today?
People from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139.
All right. Well, this is a great speech. It goes on for at least another hour. I think that if we can all get a good night's rest and come back at this in the morning, we could argue and fight way more intensely. What's up, Hunt? God, you are hot the heck. I don't know what hot the heck is, but I'm going to take it as a compliment. It's good here, cloudy, peaceful. God is good. Ask. Don't leave me. I mean, first thing I want to do is DM you. God sees everything. Hopefully he doesn't see what I'm going to DM Jesse. Grok questions criticizing Elon. I would have to see specific examples. How old am I? I'm 39. Hey, thank you for the favorite. I'll hit you back. All right. Unfortunately, I would love to stream all night and well into the morning, but my stream shouldn't even start for at least another hour, if not 2. But that stream will not be happening tonight because we did this stream. Ipso facto, tomorrow at some point, we'll be streaming again. It dodges, like, ask why Elon is a bad person and say, explain your search. But can you ask it that about other people? Bad is a pretty subjective and negative thing to tell a computer to report on. Are you sure any other public figure you can ask why they're bad and it'll tell you? Or is it more of like, find me dirt on this person? Jesse, you should marry him, lol. Well, if she'll have me. Uh-oh. Are we about to get married in my chat? All right. On that note, since I don't want to be rejected and die alone without being married, I better go and take this to DMs with Jesse. Everybody else? Well, everybody knows why Kim K is bad, though. I mean, come on. She does activism. She does activism. Same thing. She does legal aid. All right, you guys. She does make good energy drinks. Those Alani ones, they better come back or I'm going to have a fit. See you guys.